One, two, one, two, one, two. What's going on? It's your boy Jason Mass. Jason Mass playing music. About to get off into yet another music review of one of my all time favorite albums. This time it's going to be Stevie Wonder, Innervisions, 1973. Okay, this is a big one. This is a very big one. This is always, always in the conversation for my all time favorite album. It kind of jostles for position among Public Enemy's second record, It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back, as well as The Cure, Disintegration. I reviewed both of those so far. Check those videos out if you haven't already. But right now, we're going to go ahead and get off into Innervisions by Stevie Wonder, 1973. The common thread in this record, one of the common threads in this record is about finding hope and purpose within despair and hopelessness. It's about, black America. This is, again, 1973, but it's just as relevant, maybe if not more relevant today. These issues that Stevie Wonder has talked about and touched on throughout his entire body of work. Um, it's about the black experience in America, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And Stevie is probably the finest representative of, probably the best spokesperson for that. I'll say that. We're going to take this album apart track by track, and we'll go ahead and lay it on out. Starts off with Too High, led by a real funky synth, organ riff, just banger, incredible, a great example of style and substance. The Stevie Wonder, just a line he walked throughout his entire catalog. Um, this one touches on drug use, in the ghetto, and touches on urban surrealism with lyrics like, she's a girl in a dream, she's a four-eyed cartoon monster on a TV screen. She takes another puff and say it's a crazy scene. That red is green, and she's a tangerine. And it's pushed by that incredibly funky synth riff. Perfect 10. Perfect introduction to a damn near perfect record. On Innervisions, Hustlers is a reoccurring common theme, people it's trying to get over, on their fellow black brothers and sisters, and he speaks on that throughout the album on tracks such as Living for the City, Jesus Children of America, and the ending track, He's Mr. Know-It-All. That's a reoccurring theme within this record, but we'll touch on that momentarily. The second track is Visions, perfect 10 track. It's impossible to pick a perfect Stevie Wonder song, but this has got to be way up high on the list of perfect Stevie Wonder tracks. It sounds like heaven. This is what I imagine. When you walk into the gates of heaven, this is what it sounds like. Just it has this angelic guitar. It just that kind of is the bed of the track. And the song, fittingly enough, is about the version of heaven that Stevie Wonder imagines in his mind, his vision of utopia, beyond perfect. It doesn't, music as I know it and accept it, really don't get much better than that song, or than something like that song. It's just beautiful. And then we go back to reality with the next track, Living for the City, another perfect 10 track. It talks about, the hood, racial injustice, you know, it's about the black experience in America, and it's done in such a way to where it's very hyper cinematic. You can visually, if when you listen to it, you can see every frame of what is happening in the song. And this comes from a man that don't have sight, don't have vision, and maybe because he doesn't have, eyesight, he's been blessed with some greater sight or greater insight, a greater vision. Work that one out for yourself. It The break in the song where the getting that cell nigger, that right there, that whole break right there, it's a commentary on mass incarceration and police brutality, and it touches on that hustler's theme about the victimization of black people by other black people. It's all covered in that song, and more specifically in that break within the song. And it's easily one of Stevie's most cinematic moments in his entire vast catalog of music. Another perfect 10. And then it goes into track 4, into this beautiful escape into romance and Stevie's ode to, the woman that he's digging or most wanting to connect with, or whatever the case may be. Golden Lady, perfect track. Give that to a woman and see what her reaction is. Highly recommend it. Perfect song. Golden Lady, I'd like to go there. Take Me Right Away. Beautiful. Heartbreakingly beautiful song. Then we go into track 5, which is a Higher Ground. Song about reincarnation. And it was released as a single. It's also covered by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, who I think did a good cover of it, but it don't match Stevie's cover. But it was a good version, though, a good take on it. Keep on trying till I reach the highest ground. Masterpiece. Another masterpiece. See, when you talk about Stevie in this album, you can end up repeating yourself. Keep saying phrases like perfect, masterpiece, perfect 10, That's what Stevie is giving us. That's what he's blessed us with. And it's Jesus, Children of America. Song about religion and spirituality, and kind of the difference between the two, And Stevie touches on that lyrically when he says, "Are you hearing what you're saying? Are you feeling what you're praying? You better tell your story fast, because if you lie, it will come to pass." Stevie is preaching. I mean, these are life lessons that Stevie is giving us. This goes almost beyond song, but songs are perfect. So it's more than just great music Stevie's given us. He's given us a map for humanity. It's that deep. It's that serious. Yeah. And he touches also on transcendental meditation. Vibrating to a higher inner frequency. While being surrounded by the filth and the despair of the ghetto. So yeah, another perfect track. Followed by yet another perfect track, the piano ballad, All Is Fair in Love. This is a song that's about accepting the downside and the end of a relationship. Beautiful ballad, heartbreaking, great, great, great song, great track. Another perfect 10. Then we go into Don't You Worry About a Thing. And this is a fun track because I love hearing Stevie, his intro on the song, and how he's playfully trying to, get a female out there, and he talking to her in a foreign language and bragging about all the places he's, seen and traveled to, and, been to Iran, Iraq, Eurasia, Beirut, and it's fun. It's fun to hear Stevie, go at it like that. And the track has a Spanish kind of flavored instrumentation. Great, great track again. This one is a 9 for me. But even Stevie's lesser tracks are brilliant and better than a lot of people's entire catalog. So, do with that what you will. The album ends with "He's Mr. Know-It-All." The song could really easily be applied to this era of mainstream rap music. Mainstream rap music. I have to put an emphasis on that. That kind of works in a space that's kind of morally bankrupt, kind of ethically bankrupt, and it always kind of revolves around I'll say or do anything for the so-called bag. And this song is relevant to right now because Stevie is talking about that guy, that brother who, don't care about nothing except his own well-being and getting the bag, and if it pays, I'll be there. That's it. The short-sightedness and the lack of community is what Stevie's touching on that song. Musically, I'd have to say this one for me was a 9 out of 10 as well. But overall, this is at this point ranking as my highest, the highest ranking I have so far of everything that I've ever listened to in my life. I don't believe that there are any albums that are perfect 10s. I have yet to hear a perfect 10 album. I hear perfect 10 songs all the time. All the time I hear songs that I feel like are a perfect 10. This is, for me, a 9.8 out of 10, which is as close to perfect as I've heard. Stevie Wonder, Innervisions, 1973. Please familiarize yourself with this record. It's beautiful. Y'all be cool. Peace.